Nova Scotia is one of the first established areas in the Canada and is home of more than 100 cultures and ethnicities from all over the globe. Nova Scotia offers a quality of life and is surrounded by the natural beauty, green forests, lakes and farmlands. One thing which is very important and good for every immigrant, that it is very affordable over there to buy a home and the cost of living is very low over there. The Nova Scotia PNP started in 2003. Today in this video we will be talking about this PNP, its streams, their eligibility, and also we will discuss that how to apply for them. Therefore watch this video till the end and subscribe my channel. Welcome to my channel. You are watching Vita's Vlogs. My name is Gurmeet Singh. Nova Scotia PNP has total 9 streams. The first stream is for the Nova Scotia labor market priorities. Second stream is for the labor market priorities for the physicians. The third stream is for the physicians. The fourth stream is for the entrepreneur. The fifth stream is for the international graduate entrepreneur. The sixth stream is for the international graduates in demand. The seventh stream is for the skilled worker. The eighth stream is for the occupations that are in demand, and the last ninth stream is for the people those who have experience in the Nova Scotia. So we will discuss all these streams in the detail further. So let's start discussing all the streams of the Nova Scotia one by one. The first stream is Nova Scotia labor market priorities. That says the Nova Scotia labor market priorities stream selects candidates in the federal access entry system. So that means for this program you must have access entry profile who meet provincial labor market needs to apply for nomination. Only candidates who receive a letter of interest from Nova Scotia Office of Immigration can apply. You need to get the letter of interest from the Nova Scotia. Next we see the eligibilities of this stream. You must receive a letter of interest from Nova Scotia nominee program within the access entry system. Once you receive the letter of interest, then after that you have 30 days to submit your application. That we can see in the next eligibility. It says that submit your application within 30 days, 30 calendar days of the date on which your letter of interest was issued. Next is you need to meet the minimum work experience requirement of the access entry stream for which you have qualified. So minimum requirement for the access entry for the work experience is 1 year. Next it says that you need to show sufficient funds to successfully establish yourself and your family in Nova Scotia and to pay your immigration costs and travel expenses. Next eligibility says that you need to have legal status in your current country of residence. Suppose you are living in India, you are living in China, you are living in Bangladesh. Over there you need to have legal status. The next eligibility, it says that you need to meet eligibility criteria in place at the time you are issued a letter of interest. All the eligibility criteria must meet at the time you are issued a letter of interest. And the next it says that you need to have a valid access entry number and meet all IRCC criteria for the access entry pool. Whatever is the requirement of the access entry pool, that also you need to meet. Okay, now we see the second stream, that is called labor market priorities for physicians. It says the Nova Scotia labor market priorities stream for physicians select physicians to apply for nomination through the federal access entry system. That means in this also you need to have the access entry profile. Only candidates with an approved offer from the Nova Scotia Health Authority or the IWK Health Center who receive a letter of interest from the Nova Scotia Office of Immigration can apply. So you must have the approved offer from the Nova Scotia Health Authority or the IWK Health Center. So people receiving the letter of interest from these authorities can apply for this stream. Further, it says that general practitioners and family physicians, those who have no code 3112, and the special physicians will receive a letter of interest. Only these two no codes, people having these two no codes will get the letter of interest. Once NSOI is notified of the candidate's experience, candidate's active entry profile number, and a signed approved opportunity with the Nova Scotia Health Authority or the IWK Health Center. In the eligibility, it says that you must have an approved opportunity from the NSHA, Nova Scotia Health Authority, or IWK as either a general practitioner and family physician or a specialist physician. So only, as I told you, that in this stream they have mentioned the no codes also. People belonging to these no codes can be eligible for this stream. Next, it says you need to provide a copy of a signed return for the service agreement. You will get the letter of interest from these authorities, and after that you need to return that to the Nova Scotia Department of Health and Wellness. Over there you need to show the commitment to live and work in Nova Scotia for a minimum period of 2 years. Next, it says that you need to receive a letter of interest from the Nova Scotia nominee program within the access entry system. Within the access entry system only you have to get the letter of interest. Next, it says again that you will have only 30 calendar days from the day you receive the letter of interest. Next, it says that you need to meet the minimum work experience requirement of the access entry stream for which you have qualified. Next, it says that you must have sufficient funds to successfully establish yourself and your family in Nova Scotia and to pay your immigration cost and travel expenses. Next, it says that you need to have a legal status in your country of residence. The next stream is for the physicians. In this stream, it says that the physician stream assists Nova Scotia's public health authorities, the Nova Scotia Health Authority and the Isaac Walton Killam Health Center to hire general practitioners, family physicians and the specialist physicians to work in Nova Scotia. The stream helps the NSHA and IWK to recruit and retain physicians with the required skills for positions that they have been unable to fill with the permanent residents or Canadian citizen. In the previous stream, over there you need to have the access entry profile, but in this stream, which is only for the physicians, in this you do not need the access entry profile. In the eligibilities, it says that the physician stream is only open to general practitioners and family physicians and specialist physicians with signed approved opportunities with Nova Scotia Health Authority or the IWK Health Center. The approved opportunity must be of the official Nova Scotia Health Authority or IWK letterhead. So that opportunity must be on the official letterhead of these two organizations. In the first eligibility, it says that be signed and dated by the person authorized to hire physicians at the Nova Scotia Health Authority and IWK. Authorized person can only hire the physicians, and sign of that person must be mentioned with the date also on the letterhead, which people belonging to these no codes will get. So next, it says that be signed and dated by the applicant. So applicant also will sign and mention the date who is accepting this opportunity. Next, it says that you need to indicate eligibilities for licensure with the College of Physicians and Surgeons of Nova Scotia. Next, it says that you need to indicate that the application is eligible to apply for privileges and credentials with Nova Scotia Health Authority and the IWK. Next stream is for the entrepreneur. Entrepreneur stream is for experienced business owners and senior business managers who want to live in Nova Scotia. They must start a new business or buy an existing business and must actively participate in the day-to-day management of the business. After operating the business for a year, the entrepreneur can be nominated for permanent resident status. Application to stream is by the invitation only. Once you apply for this stream, after that, if you get the invitation, then you can be eligible, then you can process further. Otherwise without the invitation, this stream will not work. You need to get the invitation from the Nova Scotia. And if you after that, if you operate the business here only for 1 year, then after that you can be nominated for the permanent residence. We talk about the eligibilities. It says you need to be 20 years of age or older. You cannot be less than 20 years. Next, it says that you want to live permanently in Nova Scotia while owning and actively managing a Nova Scotia business. Next, it says that you need to have net worth of at least 6 lakh Canadian dollars. Next, it says that you need to be able to invest at least 1,50,000 Canadian dollar of your own money to establish a business in Nova Scotia. You must have net worth of the 6 lakh Canadian dollar, and also you need to invest at least 25% amount of that the amount that you need to have. Next, it says that you need to have at least 3 years experience actively managing and owning a business, or more than 5 years experience in a senior business management role. If you are in the role of senior business management, in that case you need to have more than 5 years experience. But if you are operating a business, if you are managing a business, in that case you need to have at least 3 year work experience. Further, it says you need to have score of at least 5 on the Canadian language benchmark in speaking, listening, reading and writing in French or English. Complete an online expression of interest. Here for this stream you need to show the expression of interest. Further, it says that you need to receive an invitation to apply from the Nova Scotia Office of Immigration. Once you create the expression of interest, and after that, if your profile is selected, if the Nova Scotia finds you eligible for all these things, then Nova Scotia will send you invitation mail to apply further. The next stream is for the international graduate entrepreneur. In this, it says international graduate entrepreneur stream is for recent graduates of a Nova Scotia University or the Nova Scotia Community College. They must have already started or bought a Nova Scotia business and operated it for at least a year. If they intend to settle in Nova Scotia, the graduate may be nominated for permanent resident status. Application to the stream is by invitation only. The same condition applies here, that you will show the expression of interest, and after that if you get the invitation, then further you can apply. So for the eligibilities, it says that you need to live permanently in Nova Scotia while owning and actively managing a Nova Scotia business. you need to have at least 1 year continuous experience actively managing and owning your Nova Scotia business, and over there in that business you must have the ownership 33.33%. This is the minimum ownership. Next, it says that you need to complete a degree or diploma after at least 2 academic years of full-time in-person study at a university in Nova Scotia or the Nova Scotia Community College. This is also the requirement. Next, it says that you need to have a valid post-graduation work permit. This visa, post-graduation work permit, this permit you must have, and it must be valid. Next, it says that you need to have a score of at least 7 on the Canadian language benchmark in speaking English, reading and writing in English or French. CLB 7 means that you need to have 6 and each in all the modules. Next, it says that you need to show the expression of interest, and after that, if you get the invitation, you can apply further. The next stream is for international graduates in demand. In this stream, it says that the international graduates in demand stream is for recent international graduates whose skills and education match specific national occupation classification job category. This stream is currently open to workers in 2 no job categories. So this stream is only for the 2 no codes. The further the no codes are mentioned, the first no code is 3413. This is for the nurse aides, order lies and patient service associates, and the next NOC code is for early childhood educators and assistants, and the no code for that is 4214. Next, further for the eligibility, in this you must have full-time permanent job offer from the Nova Scotia employer in the job category listed above that corresponds with your recent field of study. So that means from the employer, if you have the job offer, then you can be eligible. Getting the job offer is compulsory for this stream. In the age, it says that you need to be 21 years old to 55 years old. Then in the education, it says minimum you have to have a high school diploma. Next, it says you need to meet the requirement for completing a course of study within 3 years of your application. The program must have been at least 30 weeks in length. You must have completed it at least 50% of program in the Nova Scotia. Okay. Next, it says that if you're applying under the no code 3413, your program must grant a certificate, diploma or degree, and if you're applying for the no code 4214, in that case the program must grant a diploma or degree. Next, it says that you need to have certifications issued by the Nova Scotia regulatory bodies required for the job. Next, it says that you need to prove the language ability equal to Canadian language benchmark level 5, even if your first language is French or English. And last, you need to show that you have financial resources to successfully settle in Nova Scotia. Okay, let's go to the further stream. Further stream is for the skilled worker. In this, it says that the skilled worker stream helps employers recruit foreign workers and recently graduates international students whose skills are needed in Nova Scotia. An employer can only hire foreign workers for positions they have been unable to fill with the permanent residents or Canadian citizens. So employers can recruit foreign workers and recently graduated international students whose skills are needed in Nova Scotia. Sometimes what happens that the required people are not found in the area. So if these people are not found, then employers can recruit you to hire you. So for the eligibility, it says that you must have a full-time permanent job offer from the Nova Scotia employer. If you apply for this program, if you are eligible and if the employer finds you the eligible, that can give you the offer letter. You must have the offer letter as it says, and next it says that you must have 1 year of work experience related to your job. For the semi-skilled and low skilled workers, you need to have 6 months experience with the employer. Next it says that you need to be 21 to 55 years old, you need to have high school diploma, you need to have the appropriate training, skills and or accreditation for the job. Next it says that you need to have CLB5 if you are a skilled worker, and if you are semi-skilled or low skilled worker, you need to have CLB4. Next it says that you need to show enough financial resources to successfully settle in Nova Scotia. Okay, and the last, this is not the last, this is the second last. This stream is for the occupations in demand. The occupations in demand stream targets specific no C and D occupations that are in high labor market demand in Nova Scotia. The Office of Immigration identifies occupations in demand based on labor market information and eligible occupations that are subject to change. For the eligibility, to be eligible for this, you need to have a full-time permanent job offer from the Nova Scotia employer in either. So the occupations that are in demand, in that the first is no code 3413. This is for the nurse aides, orderlies and patient service associates. The next is for the food and beverage servers, and for them no code is 6513. The next no code is 6711. This is for the food counter attendants, kitchen helpers and related sport occupations. For the light duty cleaners, the no code is 6731. For the truck drivers, the no code is 7511. So these are the occupations which are in demand. Next is no code 7521, heavy equipment operators except crane, and the next is no code 7611. This is for the construction trades, helpers and laborers, and for this it says that you need to sorry, you need to have 1 year of work experience related to your job. You need to be 21 to 55 years old. You need to have a high school diploma. You need to have appropriate training, skills and accreditation for the job. Next it says that you need to have CLB4 even if your first language is English or French. At last, you need to show enough financial resources to successfully settle in Nova Scotia. So now we will be talking about the last stream of the Nova Scotia, that is Nova Scotia Experience Access Entry. It says that the Nova Scotia Experience Access Entry stream selects highly skilled individuals who wish to live in Nova Scotia permanently. Applicants must have at least 1 year of experience working in Nova Scotia in a high skilled occupations. So further we discuss about the eligibilities. In eligibilities, it says that you need to have at least 1 year of work experience in Nova Scotia. For this, you need to have the work experience in the Nova Scotia. You need to be 21 to 55 years old. You need to have a Canadian high school credential or equivalent. You need to prove language ability in language or French on the Canadian language benchmark. You need CLB7 for skilled work in the National Occupation Classification O and A. You need CLB5 if your no code is related to the no B positions. Further, it says that you need to have a profile registered in Immigration, Refugees and Citizen Canadian Access-Entry. That means for this stream you need to have the Access-Entry profile. We have discussed all these streams of the Nova Scotia PNP, and if you want to apply any of them, if you are eligible for any of them, then you need to visit the official site. The link of that I have mentioned into the description and on the screen also. Once you open that on the home page, homepage will be like that I have shown you on the screen, and over there in the second option, that would be the immigrate. Here you need to press that. Once that will be open, and over there you will see all the streams, and once you select any stream, then all the information about that stream will be opened, and below the eligibility you can see the apply option, apply here. So over there you can apply for any of the stream, and if any stream required for the access entry profile, you need to make that also. It was all about the Nova Scotia PNP, and if you still want to know anything about this PNP, you can write down to me. And also, apart from this PNP, if you want to know about any other PNP about the access entry, you can write down to me. My email ID is mentioned on the screen. I would be more than happy to assist you. Thank you for watching this video. Be positive always.